Daredevil Season 1 was one of the bestest TV series ever. If you haven't watched it yet, go to Netflix now and support them. The series worked great because it's primarily character-driven, focusing on Matt Murdock. However, it's as much a story about him as it is about Kingpin. It's primarily Daredevil's origin story. It's not an origin story for Kingpin. Fisk and Matt started out differently. Matt was at the bottom, Fisk was at the top. In Matt's case, we see the progression from a brawling hobo to a hero with a purpose. He was just a guy with superhuman abilities who wanted to work out his frustrations against an unjust world.
I heard it.
Heard what?
A little girl. Crying in her bed in a building down the block. Her father liked to go to her room late at night. I called child services. Like you're supposed to. He was smart. He made sure what he did, how he did it, didn't leave a mark. Well, I couldn't do anything to help that little girl. But I could. You touch your daughter again, and I will know.
He just so happens to stumble onto Kingpin's conspiracy. By the second episode, he gets way in over his head, even gets the shit beat out of him by Kingpin. But he grows, he develops, he becomes Daredevil.
You heard what's going on out there? You can't go for kids like your black pajamas.
I won't be.
Man,
I know I haven't earned it, not yet anyway, but I'm asking you to trust me, Foggy. I know what I'm doing.
all right. Go be a hero.
How about Fisk? He's already Kingpin. He's just deluded himself into thinking that he's something else other than a monster.
You've demonstrated an emotional weakness for children and women. I assumed that would extend to the elderly, so I baited the hook.
You took her life just to get my attention.
I took no pleasure in her passing.
You get to see his backstory, maybe give him some sympathy. But make no mistake, when confronted with a challenge, he will rip it apart.
You hurt her! Wait! You hurt Vanessa!
A great contrast to these two are doubts on their actions. Kingpin has none, Daredevil has lots of it. Kingpin's associates were there to feed his ego.
If she recovers, I want her sent away, somewhere far from me, in the city.
I doubt she would want that.
We seldom get everything we want. Not in this world.
But some of us deserve to.
They needed him to stay as the head honcho of a diabolical criminal syndicate. They profit from it.
You've been distracted, emotional, erratic. We just wanted to nudge you back on track.
Not one of those guys ever asked Fisk, "Hey boss, will kidnapping people and selling them as slaves better the city? Is this the right thing? Is this the wrong thing, boss?" No, give me money, bitch! Daredevil's companions keep challenging his position, which in turn keeps him on his toes.
You say all this like one day you just had it with how things are. But to do what you do, you had to keep training all those years since that stick guy, knowing you would do something like this. Maybe it isn't only about justice, Matt. Maybe it's about you having an excuse to hit someone. Maybe you just can't stop yourself.
I don't want to stop. I know my soul is damned if I take his life. But if I stand idle, if I let him consume this city, all the people will suffer and die.
There is a wide gulf between inaction and murder, Matthew. Another man's evil does not make you good. Men have used the atrocities of their enemies to justify their own throughout history.
It's that constant doubt and finding himself that makes Matt Daredevil. And it's that failure to reflect and that subsequent realization at the end that makes Kingpin Kingpin. It's a great arc for these characters and a great way to end the series. The series has given us interesting, developed characters with fully realized backstories. This would be important going in the second season. I haven't watched it yet, but I'm looking forward to it. Daredevil's morality will be pushed to the limit since there's a guy out there that already crossed that threshold. The Punisher.
People don't have to die.
You hit them and they get back up. I hit them and they stay down. Why are you doing this? Because I think you're a half measure. I think you're a man who can't finish the job. I think that you're a coward.
As long as they focus on developing that character tension, the fans will have nothing to fear. Did you get it? It's because he's the man without fear and